Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we're checking out Quake 2. Technically a remaster, but it's not called that, and it came out on just about every platform. This is the Switch version, and I just want to go over just some thoughts on it, of this game, and, what they've done. Because it's kind of nuts, to be honest. So, first things first, I'd like to make it clear that I have played this game for about an hour, 2 hours, but this is my first time playing Quake 2. I've never played it before this game, and I do like my sort of classic shooters, Duke Nukem, this, Doom, all that good stuff. So let's start with the options, because that's always a good place to show off how good a remaster is done. Input, you can customize your bindings. Oh my god, I can't believe there's so many games, put whatever you want to. There are so many games in it that do not let you do this. It's massively important. As it is on console, you have aim assist, all the sort of standard features you'd expect, with customizable there. You have your dead zones, your motion sensing. Yes, this game has motion sensing, which is great. So, good options there. Gameplay, you can have the attract demos at the beginning of the game. Change the weapon hand, which is right, left, or center. So that's good. Change weapon on pickup, which you can then do, which is a lovely bit of quality of life. We always like that. Auto power shield, the viewing bob, display the HUD, you can turn that off. Teammate market, and then you got your crosshair settings, and you can change this. So it's currently set to 3, but you can have it as dots. You can have it above the things. Like, you have a bunch of old games used to do this a lot more than they. I mean, there's 29 different crosshairs. I'll leave it on 3 for now because that's what I was used to. And then you can scale it and all this other good stuff. So, good options there. Multiplayer, the things you don't want to do will turn on and off. Lovely. Sound, loving this. Loving this enable reverb thing, because this is probably a really cool feature for a lot of games to be able to like turn that off if it becomes annoying. Obviously subtitles, but separate sliders, everyone loves it. So I've had to turn this game right up to brightness of 10 because this is a dark game. It might just be me. Field of view goes as low as 75 and as high as 125. We'll show that off in game. I'll leave it at 90. Split direction, horizontal, vertical, you can do that. Oops. Texture smoothing, safe zones, and there's a bunch of enhancements as well. CRT, depth of field, bloom. I haven't fiddled with a lot of this stuff. I've left it as default because I assume that's what the best way for it. It's the game. Accessibility, always useful in games. You can disable all of these, but high contrast makes everything a bit easier to see. Alternate typeface, this is what happens when you turn it off. You get the original, which is a lot harder to read. Admittedly, this is cooler, but this is easier to read. And then you can have the game read chats out loud, transfer the chat, all that stuff. Different voice profiles for it. And then you can change this flash amount, message timers, maximum line, chat messages. The only thing that is missing from this, and unless I'm absolutely blind, is a colorblind mode. That would have been lovely. And you also have your languages there. So, for an old game, there's some comprehensive options here. This is really, really good. Multiplayer. Sorry. So back on here, we've got multiplayer. I don't know whether it will connect. I don't particularly want it to. You can connect controllers. You can set up the players for that. So, click. Then you got local, wireless, a LAN, and online. I haven't tried this yet, so we'll have a quick look. So what have we got? We've got deathmatch. I'm going to change the settings here. We've got 4 different modes. We've got map list. Ooh. Quake 2. Oh my god, that's a lot more. And, oh yeah, there's Quake 64 maps, which is awesome. Ton of maps, bot settings, time limit, frag, instant weapon. Look at all this stuff. There's so much stuff. Which is awesome. I'm glad that that's there. Got the options there. So there's the multiplayer. That's the start. What else we got before we get to single player and show off the game? We have achievements. They're in the game. The id vault is really, really cool. It shows off concept art of things, how they were supposed to do that. Tons of fun stuff in here. Development things, weapons, pickups, enemy weapons are cool. So you can see the original model as well, and then the enhanced model. You can hide the controls. So you can like click on each one and have a look at them. So tons of fun stuff here. And then single player. Now you can level select, I think. Oh, you can actually just load up whatever. Cool. So you can level select there, but if I go to new game, you have a tutorial. You have Quake 2, which is what I've been playing. Call of the Machine, which is the new one, I think. Reckoning Ground Zero to expansions. And you also get Quake 2 64, which is his own game. So we're going to jump into Quake 2 so I can show some stuff off. I'm just going to stick it on easy just so I can show you guys what I'm doing. I'm going to skip the cutscenes. Just want to get on the ground. So obviously this is very bright looking right now. This isn't the standard setting. I had to turn it up on my TV to see it. But you can already tell this is like a classic shooter. Look how fast like things move. Look at this. Like this game is fast. Very, very fast. Anyway, so what's cool is... Oh. Got motion aiming. Motion aiming you can adjust how you want it. Most of the time I hold the controller pretty still. I usually use the right stick, which is what I'm doing here. And then... I know this looks very bright, but trust me. This game is very dark on my screen downstairs. Trying to find the shotgun. Can't remember what the shotgun is. What's cool is there's like fun seeing animations of people dying and lying on the floor. I'm not very good. This is also probably very obvious, but that's okay. Almost died. Bang! And the dirt is gone. Right, cool. This is a nice light area. So let's show off FOV because I think that's really interesting with old games like this. Let's go to here. So I've obviously got the FOV set to what am I looking for? Display. I think, yeah. Field of view. So let's whack it all the way up to 125. This is what the game now looks like. Look how far away that door is. Obviously for big screens. It is going to look very strange in a game of this age. Obviously you can see more on screen. And if I take it back down to 90, you know, looks a bit more closing. This is what I like to play, 90 or 95. I think that works. Some people like it bigger, and then there's also you can go smaller. I would not recommend doing this personally. I think this is a bit too enclosed. It's not so bad if it's like you're sat away from a screen, but when you're close to a screen, this is not particularly comfortable for a lot of people. So 90 is what I tend to go with a lot of games. In terms of the gameplay, like, you know, it's very fast. But you also have like weapon wheel. I don't know if that was in the original game. I think that was. Oh, you got this marker. Compass shows you where to go. So you can use this now. If you with these older games, you can get a bit lost. I think it disappears after a while. It's like an outdoor area here. I should probably show off the brightness, really, you know, because this is going to look. This looks a lot brighter now than what it did on my old, on my TV. So just to give you some example, that sky looks very bright. So let's get the display where it should be, and we'll turn the brightness down to about 6. It doesn't look quite as blinding. I think it was set to like 3. Is that actually changing? It is, isn't it? Put on 0. It's a lot redder. No, you can see it's a lot darker now. It's probably partly the high contrast as well. If I was to turn high contrast off, which is what, accessibility, I believe. Just trying to remember. So it's not quite as extreme, but right now it looks all fine enough to play with it that low, but I definitely prefer to play with the brightness up. So we'll put it at like 7 or something. I think that's fair. It does look a bit garish out here and looks very like probably the wrong time of day, but you know, there we go. As you can see, for a remaster there is a ton of stuff here. Let's just check out, let's just end this here. Let's go to single player. Let's go to Quake 2. I have no idea what this is like. It's the first time me trying it, but you know, let's Let's skip all this. And hopefully... So this is a lot darker. So if I go to the options, can I... So apparently you can't crouch. Can't crouch in this game. Ah! There you go, look. So that's me old style. And you basically got the entirety of Quake. Oh, we got the shotgun straight away. I should have done this. We got it looks a bit more like an N64 game as well. Like they've obviously updated some of the textures. And this is the thing, right? So this game has remastered lighting, textures, has all this content, all these extra options, motion aiming. And in the UK, all of this is, I can't remember if it was $7.99, so £8 or £9. I think it was £8, which is insane because you essentially get a massive game redone. Haha. You know, big game redone, plus all the expansions, plus a brand new expansion, plus a separate game entirely, which is Quake 2 64. Yeah, I would say this probably puts a lot of remasters to shame, honestly, for that low price and a ton of gameplay and a multiplayer, which is cross-play as well. I mean, it just for the price, this is insane value. And there aren't many. Oh shit! There aren't many remasters that live up to the, you know, what I consider a good level of remaster. So they could have re-released this with the extra content. They could have charged more. They could have, you know, not done as much work, and I think it still would have done all right. But the fact is they've gone above and beyond for a remaster, and it does put a lot of them to shame. The only other game that comes to mind that I can think of is Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. Those guys put a lot of effort into that, and this, so Quake 2 and that Command & Conquer Remastered Collection are the two games that I think are the hard, you know, the standard. Excuse me. Quake 2 does not have crouching. They are the two games that are basically saying, hey, this is how you do remasters right. There are obviously other remasters that are, you know, oh nice, that are going to be on this level. It's just not coming to mind at the moment. But those two, right, this one and Command & Conquer, are awesome. And I've run out of shells. And quite frankly, if you're thinking about picking this game up like I did, for the price it is, you are getting more content than I think we deserve, really. And that is fantastic. So, if you're thinking about getting this game for Switch, I have zero issues with it. I've not run into any issues as of yet. The game seems to run very well. There are YouTube channels out there that do more detailed, in-depth look. I just want to show off, you know, what the game has to offer somebody just picking it up and wanting to play this game either for the first time or, you know, play a new version of it. And you're getting a ton of stuff. So yeah, hopefully this video helps somebody. If you were umming and ahhing about it, now you know what's in the game. Tons of achievements and tons of stuff in the vault and loads of different single player modes and a multiplayer mode that's cross-play and also split screen, I might add. So you can play local wireless LAN online. Like, this is insane to me. So let that come out there. So yeah, again, hopefully it helps somebody. Hopefully you found this useful. So thank you very much for watching this video. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more content, then hit subscribe down below. Links for Facebook and Twitter are down below in the description as always. And until next video, I will see you then.